In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 19, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Denver Nuggets versus Boston Celtics. The upcoming matchup between the Denver Nuggets and the Boston Celtics is set to take place at TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. The Nuggets, with a season record of 28 wins and 14 losses, currently hold the 3rd position in the Western Conference standings. On the other hand, the Celtics boast an impressive record of 32 wins and 9 losses, securing the top spot in the Eastern Conference. Notably, both teams have each won a game when facing each other on their respective home courts this season. The Denver Nuggets have exhibited commendable performance lately, emerging victorious in 11 of their last 15 games. However, they aim to rebound in this upcoming game after suffering a 126-121 defeat against the 76ers on the road. Nikola Jokic led the charge with an outstanding performance, contributing 25 points, 19 rebounds, and 3 assists. Despite shooting 50% from the field and 12 of 29 from beyond the arc, the Nuggets faltered in the 4th quarter, allowing the 76ers to seize control with an 18-2 run. Contrastingly, the Boston Celtics entered this game on a hot streak, having won 12 of their last 15 games. In their most recent outing, they secured a convincing 117-98 victory against the Spurs at home. Jason Tatum led the team with 24 points, supported by Jrue Holiday with 22 points and Jaylen Brown with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Celtics displayed dominance early in the game, amassing 70 points in the first half and building a substantial 30-point lead. Currently boasting a franchise record-setting 20-0 start in games played at TD Garden, the Celtics face a formidable opponent in the Denver Nuggets. While Denver seeks redemption after a defensive lapse in their recent loss to the 76ers, they may find an advantage in Boston's absence of a dominant inside force. The Celtics, having faced a relatively easier schedule in their last 3 games, face a tougher challenge against a resilient Nuggets team. With a track record of success against Eastern Conference opponents, the Nuggets hold a 9-2 record in their last 11 games and a 14-5 record overall. Additionally, they won their previous meeting against the Celtics with a score of 123-111 over a year ago. Nikola Jokic's matchup with Porzingis is anticipated, given Jokic's impressive performance in recent games against Boston, including 3 triple-doubles in the last 5 encounters. Despite Aaron Gordon's lingering shoulder injury, his 39-minute performance on Wednesday suggests he is likely to play in the upcoming game. The Nuggets, previously on a strong run, encountered a setback against the 76ers, while the Celtics continued their winning momentum with 12 victories in their last 15 games. Although the Nuggets have the capability to upset the Celtics, the latter's undefeated home record of 20-0 makes it challenging to predict the outcome. Expecting a closely contested game, the balance between the 2 teams is hard to discern at the moment. Denver, having been the underdog only 4 times this season, could potentially end the Celtics' home win streak. Therefore, the Denver Nuggets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Following Joel Embiid's dominant performance with 41 points against the Nuggets, it becomes evident that Denver has vulnerabilities against elite big men. However, Boston's lower ranking in paint points, averaging only 46.2 per game, may play to Denver's advantage. Over the last 3 games, the Celtics have averaged just 36 paint points per game, the lowest in the NBA. Denver can exploit these statistics in the upcoming game. Another strategic approach for Denver could be to slow down the pace, considering the Celtics' proficiency in offense when they find their rhythm. Denver maintains the 28th fastest pace in the NBA, averaging only 97.9 possessions per game. Defensively, they rank 12th in efficiency, while the Celtics hold the 2nd position, trailing only the Minnesota Timberwolves. Despite the potential unpopularity of this bet, the outcome of the game might hinge on defensive efforts. In their last 10 meetings, these teams have averaged only 215 points, with the over hitting just 3 times during that stretch. Both teams showcase strong offensive performance performances, but their defensive capabilities stand out. In the last 5 matchups between them, 3 games had a total score under 234, with one precisely at 234. Considering their season averages on offense and defense, the last 3 games, and their performance at home and away, the projected total stands at 230. Factoring in the average pace of 101.7 possessions per game for both teams, the final score projection is 233. Anticipating a closely contested game, neither team is likely to allow things to get out of hand. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Miami Heat. The upcoming matchup features a clash between the Atlanta Hawks and the Miami Heat on Friday evening, promising an intense divisional confrontation. Notably, the Hawks secured a home victory against the Magic in their recent game, while the Heat faced a setback against the Raptors. The Heat currently hold a 2-0 lead in the season series. Looking at the Atlanta Hawks, their recent performance reveals resilience, winning 5 of their last 9 games. Eager to extend their streak, they seek a 3rd consecutive victory following a narrow 106-104 win against the Magic on Wednesday. DeJounte Murray showcased his prowess with 26 points and 5 assists, complemented by Trae Young's 18 points and 12 assists, and Onyeka Okongwu's valuable contribution of 15 points and 9 rebounds off the bench. The team collectively shot 51% from the field and demonstrated competitiveness throughout the closely contested match, ultimately securing the win with Murray's buzzer-beating shot. On the flip side, the Miami Heat, despite a generally positive trend with 5 wins in their last 8 games, aimed to rebound after a disappointing 121-97 road defeat against the Raptors. In that game, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Herro each scored 16 points, with Duncan Robinson adding 14 points off the bench. However, their subpar defensive effort led to a significant halftime deficit of 78-43, marking one of their worst defensive performances this season. The Heat are scheduled to face the Magic, Grizzlies, and Celtics in their upcoming games. In terms of player availability, the Heat face challenges with James Jr. ruled out and Kevin Love listed as questionable. The Hawks, on the other hand, have Wesley Matthews ruled out and Trae Young listed as questionable. Notably, the Hawks have struggled on the road, losing 4 of their last 5 games, while the Miami Heat are in good form, winning 3 of their last 4. Adding to the complexity, the Hawks heavily rely on scoring for victories, facing a formidable Heat defense. The defensive contrast is evident in the statistics, with the Hawks allowing 119 points per 100 possessions, ranking 26th in the NBA in defensive rating, while the Heat's defense concedes only 113 points per 100 possessions. Miami has dominated against Atlanta this season, winning both meetings by 8 and 9 points, and the Hawks' recent defeats have all been by at least 7 points. In terms of home performance, the Miami Heat have been solid, showcasing a robust defense that could pose challenges for the Hawks. Miami has excelled in limiting offensive rebounds and second chance points, a potential vulnerability for the Hawks. The Heat's methodical offensive play style is expected to exploit Atlanta's porous paint defense. Considering potential lineup adjustments, with Trae Young likely absent due to illness, and the Heat's motivation for a bounce-back performance, the Miami Heat emerge as a favorable pick. The Hawks' underachievement is reflected in their 10-30 against the spread record, the worst in the league by a substantial margin. This statistic, 10.9% lower than the second-worst team, underscores the Hawks' struggles and supports the choice of the Miami Heat winning and cover the spread as favorites as our full-game side pick. Delving into offensive dynamics, the Atlanta Hawks boast one of the NBA's best offensive squads, driven in part by their pace, ranking 4th in tempo, with an average of 38 three-point attempts per game and a 37% success rate against the Heat this season. Their offensive prowess is evident. Conversely, the Miami Heat are anticipated to exploit the Hawks' defensive vulnerabilities. Ranking 29th in field goal defense and 24th in three-point defense, the Hawks face challenges containing the Heat's offensive capabilities. In the 2 previous meetings this season, the Heat scored 117 and 122 points, shooting 38% from three-point range. As a result, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Phoenix Suns versus New Orleans Pelicans. The upcoming basketball clash between the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans is set to unfold at the illustrious Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Currently, the Suns find themselves positioned at 8th in the Western Conference with a season record of 22 victories and 18 losses, while the Pelicans boast a stronger standing at 5th in the Western Conference, boasting a record of 25 wins and 17 losses. Reflecting on their matchups in the previous season, each team emerged victorious victorious in 2 games played on their respective home courts. As of late, the Phoenix Suns have been showcasing an upward trajectory, having secured victory in 8 of their last 11 games. Their recent triumph, a hard-fought 119-117 win against the Kings, saw notable performances from Grayson Allen, who scored 29 points with 9 three-pointers, Kevin Durant contributing 27 points, and Devin Booker adding 16 points alongside 11 assists. Despite a challenging start where they trailed by as much as 22 points, the Suns rallied in the second half, clinching the win with Kevin Durant's crucial free throws. Following this matchup, they are poised to face the Pacers. On the flip side, the New Orleans Pelicans find themselves in a similar vein of success, having secured victories in 8 of their last 11 games. Their most recent triumph unfolded as they effortlessly dispatched the struggling Hornets with a convincing 132-112 win. Brandon Ingram led the charge with a triple-double, notching 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists, complemented by C.J. McCollum's 22 points and Jordan Hawkins' 21 points off the bench. The Pelicans exhibited remarkable shooting prowess, connecting on 50% of their field goals and an impressive 25 of 47 from beyond the arc, setting the tone with a formidable 43 points in the first quarter. Notably, the Suns enter the matchup with some key absences, as both Ball and Yuta Watanabe remain sidelined. Conversely, the Pelicans boast a full and healthy roster. Currently leading the Southwest Division, the Pelicans have 3 prolific scorers in Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and C.J. McCollum. They exhibit strong shooting percentages of 48.7% overall and 38.7% from three-point range, ranking 8th and 3rd, respectively. Furthermore, they have demonstrated defensive prowess by limiting opponents to 46.0% shooting overall and 34.4% from beyond the arc. In recent performance metrics, the Pelicans have covered the spread in 7 of their last 10 games, whereas the Suns have struggled, failing to cover in 4 of their last 5 and only succeeding in 2 of their last 8 road games. The Phoenix Suns, currently riding a commendable winning streak, present a formidable force, particularly when the trio of Durant, Booker, and Beal share the court. However, the New Orleans Pelicans emerge as a resilient and healthy team, quietly establishing themselves as one of the league's hotter contenders with victories in 8 of their last 11 games and covering the spread in 7 of their last 10 matchups. The Suns, though transformed in their recent performances, remain somewhat vulnerable due to injuries. While an upset by the Suns on the road is conceivable, the Pelicans' recent form and home advantage position them as the favored team. Consequently, the New Orleans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Analyzing the playing styles of both teams reveals striking similarities, evident in their comparable points per game statistics. An examination of their offensive and defensive averages for the entire season, the last 3 games, and their performance in home and away settings yields a projected score of 232. Even when considering their average pace of 101.6 possessions per game collectively, the final total projection remains modest, reaching a maximum of 236 points. Barring the possibility of overtime, our assessment suggests that the actual score is likely to fall below the projected total. Consequently, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.